It's your girl C Saint, and I'm back again because I wasn't done. I have this poem. It reminded me. It's called "Love Me Now." So another half of this is people always say, "Oh, I'm gonna call my friends and family and tell them I love them." We often wait, not just wait, but we just get so busy in life. We get lost, just lost in the shuffle, that we often forget to show love to those around us. We don't tell our friends we love them. We don't tell our family we love them. We just assume that they know. They know. Maybe they don't know. So in my poem, I wrote out these whole things. I think I was inspired because it was somebody's passing, but I was like, love me now. No, actually, I had a dream that I was at my own funeral. Neither here nor there. But love me now. Love those around you now. Because like I said in the last video, life is short. Stop waiting. And even more so than showing other people love, show yourself love. How often do we forget to show ourselves love? That sounds metaphorical along these things. I'm not trying to be deep. I'm being real. Like, how often do we forget to show up for ourselves? We often do show up for other people, even if it's not a showing love, it's a showing devotion or showing responsibility, which are different things. We need to show ourselves love, because if we don't love ourselves, we can't then go and say we're loving somebody else. You can't pour from an empty cup. So in the midst of all these resolutions, which I'm not knocking, if you have goals and dreams and all these things, that's great. More importantly, it's important to have purpose. So definitely in the midst of your list, make sure it's going towards your purpose, not necessarily a goal that you have in your head, some standard, some expectation that probably someone else placed on you and you didn't place on yourself. All I'm saying is just do an evaluation of your life. What would you be doing differently? Why would you be doing it differently? These are things that we need to think about. We need to sit down with ourselves sometimes. We need to slow down. Life moves so fast, and we often get lost in the shuffle. We get lost, and we don't take care of ourselves. We exhaust ourselves giving here, giving there. We just give. And then you find yourself in a dark place, and you're depleted, and you're wondering why. It's because you've been giving away everything you have, and you haven't taken the time to bring it back this way. You have to fill yourself up. I always say I can't give from an empty cup, but I can't give from a full cup either. I have to give from my overflow. Because if I'm not giving from my overflow, I will get drained. And there's always somebody willing and waiting to take from you. So you have to be prepared and make sure that you're right. Like I said in the last video, wellness. Make sure that you're well. Mind, body, spirit, soul, you must be well. That should be your main focus. And everything else will fall into alignment. Like I said, I'm not knocking your hustle. Never would do that. I'm all about a hustle. I'm all about a grind. But even in those words, you got to be careful, because you're hustling and grinding to what end? For who, for what, for where, for why? Don't forget those things. Don't get lost looking at dollar signs, because you can't take it with you. It's a cliche, but it's also a fact. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you. You can't take anything with you. So in my opinion, I'm focusing more on what I can leave here. I can't take anything with me. So I need to make sure that what I leave here is significant. It's not fleeting. It's not superficial. No one is going to remember how much money I made or how good of an employee I was. They're going to remember the person, C Saint, her heart. They're going to remember, keep it real, they're going to remember Candace. Who was she? That's the most important. Who are you? Who are you? Do you even know? I can't tell you. So, in all these things, like I said, I'm not trying to be morbid. I just speak from experience because I have been there. And people say they see their lives flash before their eyes. It wasn't so dramatic for me, but I still been there. And it made me do that reevaluation. Who am I? Why am I here? What do I want to leave behind? So I just pose those questions for you. Leave you with something to think about. Peace, love, power. Happy New Year's, guys.